today we are gonna play a game called Kingdoms and Castles, as you have probably guessed given that you're looking at the title screen. I really like this game, mostly because it's a sort of medieval city builder game where you get attacked by monsters, but you can just turn the monsters off. And I don't know, I think maybe there's something wrong with me because I just keep starting a new game and then just building a new town for like 2 hours and then just stopping and starting again next time I play. It's really strange. I just find it really relaxing, so it seemed like an ideal game to try, for my first video. So, let's start a new game. So, you can choose a region, which just means your difficulty setting. I always play on Paxlon, because it means there's no enemies, and the summers are really long, and the winters are really brief, and we'll get into why that's important. You can also just play on easy or hard where there are monsters, but it sort of just varies how difficult they are. We're going to go with Paxlon now. So it randomly generates terrain, but you can enter a seed if you like. Let's try it. See what that does. How would you actually... Okay, that didn't work. But you can just scroll through random ones until you find something that you like. I mean, that looks basically fine. Okay. Can't spell. There we go. I always use the lion because the rest of the banners aren't very good. I don't know if you unlock these through playing the game properly, or if it's just because the game's in early access, they just haven't added any others yet. Okay, so there's a little bird who's just kind of staying still. That's sort of weird. Okay, so first off we have to decide where to put our keep, which will be the centre of our town. And you kind of have to just look around and figure out where the resources are. So we need a lot of wood to start with, and then we need stone, which is these brown deposits here, and then we need iron, which are these ones here. So I think I'm just going to put my keep sort of around here. I quite like putting them next to rivers for some reason. So there we go. That'll just take a minute to build. And then what we need to do is we need to start putting roads down. We've got, you see down here, we've got 5 villages. And currently they have nowhere to live and they have no food to eat. So we need to fix that. You see they have little house icons. That means they're homeless. So first, in order to expand our territory, we need to build some roads. So you place the road tiles and then these little guys just start running around and doing the work for you. And then, okay, so we've only got 3 wood left, which I don't think, yeah, that's not enough to build a hovel, which is the smallest house you can get. So, what we're going to do is we're going to find some of these trees, and we can just click on those, and we can order our villagers to chop them down. So we'll just do a bunch of those. So now, they're gathering wood that we can build houses with. However, we also need food for them. So, we need these green tiles and the darker green tiles. They're fertile land that we can use to plant crops on. So I might just put one here for now. And I may as well put one there too. And now that we've got some more wood, I'm going to place a hovel. Another one. So now it's winter. Basically the deal is you have to grow all your crops when it's not winter. There's only 2 seasons, winter and not winter. You grow all your crops in not winter, and then they all have to be either consumed or stored before winter comes, or they all die. So as you start increasing your food production, you also have to make sure that you have plenty of place to store it all too. So these are our first fields. So once everything starts thawing out, I think he's decided he's going to work there. You never have any direct control over your little minions. I don't like saying minions, but then the game calls them peasants, so that's not really any better. You don't have any direct control over them. You just have to sort of tell them what you want doing, and they assign jobs themselves. But it always tells you in the bottom left here how many villages you've got, and then how many of them have nothing to do. It gets kind of ridiculous later on. You can have like 1,000 villages, and maybe 400 of them are just kind of sitting around not doing anything. But if they're happy living in your town, you know, they can just sit around doing nothing and paying tax, and that's absolutely fine. Oh yeah, and sometimes it rains as well. This doesn't have a huge effect on anything, other than it can flood your fields and ruin crops. But it doesn't seem to happen very often. So now we've got one hovel. So you see we've got 5 villages, and then it just tells us that we've got enough beds for 5, and now we've got enough beds for 10 because the second hovel's built. Understandably, now they've got a house, they're pretty upset that they haven't got any food, which is fair enough. But hopefully these fields will start producing some crops soon. Plus we've got some food, like you already start with a little bit of food, just to make sure villagers don't die instantly. Which is quite thoughtful of the developers, I think. You see there's the little food store there, and there's the little wood store. So obviously the way you expand is by getting more villagers to start producing more stuff, and producing more materials and more buildings. And that allows you to keep growing, and once you've got enough villagers and they're all happy, you can build a treasury and start taxing them, and then that allows you to start getting money together, and you can start building more interesting stuff. Now what I really should do is get my road branched out over here, so I can start putting fields on all these tiles. The other benefit of building roads is that they allow your villagers to walk faster on them as well. Okay, so this is kind of upsetting here. I don't know what's gone wrong there. Hopefully when they build the paths it'll all just sort of look nice, but when you've got more wood, instead of just building the little fields, you can also build an orchard. So they take up 4 squares. Oh my god, it's snowing. Why is it snowing? I've never seen it snow before. They must have added that since I last played it. This is the part where anyone who watches the video points out that it probably snowed when it was last winter about 5 minutes ago. I'm quite tired, so please forgive me. Okay, so they're all going to build the road. So yeah, sorry, you can place orchards, and they take up 4 squares, but they produce more food, and there's no risk of flooding with them either. So you can only place them where all 4 squares are fertile. So when when the fertile area is like a weird shape like this, you just get 1 orchard in, and then just kind of put the fields in around the other spaces. However, I've run out of wood again. So once they've built the orchard, actually we've got 1 guy who's idle, so let's get chopping some wood. If this wood chopping thing seems a bit tedious, it is, but it sort of resolves itself later on because you can start building forester huts, and then like a bunch of foresters just live in there, and then they just manage an area of woodland by themselves. I think if I had any criticisms for the game, and this may be something, I mean it's early access, so who knows if this is something they're going to work on. The terrain isn't particularly varied, like every map. It's pretty much just this, as far as I'm aware. Like they're all different shapes, but they're all just different variations on fields and trees and water, and at the moment there's nothing you can really do in the water other than build bridges over it. Which is kind of a shame, but as I say, it's still in development, so. So once things start going a bit better, once you start getting some iron together, you can build cottages. And then later on, once you've got gold as well, you can build manor. And so that the cottage it takes up 2 spaces instead of 1. But it holds 12 peasants, whereas the normal hovel holds 5, and then the manor holds 25, so it's more efficient to start using the sort of more advanced buildings as soon as you can. And if you ever get bored, you can just fast forward everything. But there's always the chance that like something will set on fire or something and you won't notice it. Speaking of which, I need to build some wells. Okay, I need some iron. So let's get a path. Sorry, not iron, stone. That's stone, and then that's iron. So, build a path out here. So, either side, and then go to industry. We can build a quarry there. And then we'll also need an iron mine, but we need some stone first. Oh yeah, you can also get charcoal maker. They're really useful. They produce charcoal for people's homes so they can heat them during winter. And it just, like, it doesn't really, like, nobody dies if you don't bother doing it. But it makes them happier if they've got charcoal. Also, later on you can start building, where is it? Yeah, baker. And then they need gold to start turning your crops into bread. The only problem with the charcoal burning thing, whatever it's called, charcoal maker, is it produces smoke that nearby homes won't like, so you also have to keep it away residents. Okay, so we've currently got 15 residents. We've only got enough beds for 15 people. And everyone's got stuff to do, so we need to build some more hovels. Because if everyone in your village is busy, there's no point in expanding because no one's going to be free to actually do anything. Like every building that you put together needs like staff. So like this guy here, he's my farmer. Tilliankis, that's his name. He's 19 years old, has bad teeth, and he's a journeyman farmer. You can like click on every single person and they've all got funny made up names. Adrastus Traeger. What else have we got? It's really difficult when they're moving. Haython Pavel. That's a good name. Yeah, so you need to make sure you're always building more houses like whenever you're full. Because otherwise you can carry on building stuff if you really want to. But no one else should be able to staff the buildings you've just made. So we've just built a quarry. And currently there's only this one guy. Does he work? Because there's supposed to be 4 people here. And if it's not fully staffed, then it's like way less productive. So we're not doing too great on food either, so I need to build some more farms. I can't build it. You can only build within like a certain vicinity of the roads that you've built. So you have to make sure you keep expanding your roads so that you can build further and further out. Let's get our tree out of the way. It's really nice once you've played this for like a couple of hours and you have this like huge town or city or whatever. Probably feels like you could just go for a walk around it. So yeah, everyone's happy. So more residents are joining us, and now I've got 20 guys. We're doing pretty good on food production as well now. Might actually build a granary. Just because I'm nearly at capacity with food. And anything you can't store gets lost every winter. Once things really start improving, people start kicking off if they don't have a church or a library. So you have to like build those, but then they only have like a certain range of like influence. So you gotta make sure you place them so they cover as many houses as possible. Let's place a couple more hovels, why not? So here it's telling me there's no one available to work on our new construction. Try closing non-essential buildings to free up workers and make new homes. So what it's telling me is that basically everyone's busy, so I can put these things down, but no one's actually free to build them, apart from that guy apparently. So what you can do is, so I'm okay for food at the moment, so I could just click on this, and just close it, and that frees the worker up to do other stuff. Although apparently it's only freed him up to walk to the next farm over and work there instead. Okay, so once these guys have finished chopping the trees, that frees them up too. And now these are getting built. Okay, so now we can start building cottages, which are a little bit more efficient in terms of how many workers they can house. That noise always freaks me out, because all it's telling me is that Harvel's being built, but it sounds like someone knocking on the front door. Which is a bit weird when you're wearing headphones. It's worth pointing out this game actually has really nice music. But obviously I've turned it off for the sake of this video. I thought it might be a bit distracting. I don't know why, I always find it really fascinating in these games when you can actually zoom in and just see everyone running around doing everything. I really enjoyed, I think I was like the only person who did, but the Keflings game, so there was a Kingdom for Keflings and then a World of Keflings that were both released on the Xbox 360. And it was basically like this, except you played with your Xbox avatar and you were like this giant that walked around. And you, like instead of, with this game you just sort of give orders and then your little villagers figure out what they're gonna do and when and stuff. But in the Keflings games you would literally pick someone up and go, okay, I want you to chop like these trees. And then you pick them up again and go, and when you've chopped the trees, I need you to take them to like this lumber mill or whatever. And it was all about like really sort of painstakingly creating these sort of like production chains, And I don't know, I found that weirdly satisfying for some reason. I do need to make some charcoal burners, I'm just not sure where to put them yet, because if I put them near these houses they're going to upset everyone. I think I need to get a forester around here somewhere. Here we go. So if I stick that there, so you see it shows the area around the building. That's like the area of the forest that they'll manage. So if I put him there, once that's built, 3 people will staff it, and then they'll just start cutting these trees down, but they'll also start planting new ones. So instead of having to like click every single one of these and order people to cut them down, you just have this sort of constant intake of wood. For some reason, when you get like stone, and then you get iron, for some reason you get these black, unusable ones, which is kind of irritating because some of them, I don't know if there's any on this map. Yeah, so like some are just totally unusable, and they're just kind of an eyesore and they're kind of annoying. Like when you really start expanding, you might find that there's just like a couple of these just dumped in the middle of your town. Yeah, there we go. Relaxo Zone is now a small village. However, I can see there's a building on fire in the background, and I've just realised I never built any wells. So that's really unfortunate. It looks like people are getting water from the sea to put the fire out. This is going to go really badly. Okay, I'm going to build a well now and hope that it's not too late. I mean, it definitely is too late. Okay, there goes one. Fantastic. So once a building is burned down, all you can do is just demolish it. But at least I can make cottages now, so I can just replace those 2 tiles with a cottage. And if you look, I've still got enough beds for everyone. So it's okay. It's fine that people's homes burnt down. So I just need... So I've got 25 wood, I just need 10 stone. There we go. Superb. Once you start getting a bit further on, you can actually build a noria, which basically allows you to bring water up, I guess, from underground. I don't really know how it works, but the point is you can start irrigating the land. So at the moment, I'm having to just build like farms and stuff where these darker green tiles are. But once you start irrigating it, it makes the land fertile, whether it was or not to begin with. That said, I'm okay for food at the moment, so I don't really need to worry about that for a while. I don't know if you can hear that, my dog is yawning and just generally complaining in the background. I don't know why though. I'm wondering if maybe she's just a bit freaked out that I'm whispering to absolutely nobody. If she carries on, I'll probably just call this a day and then go and see her. I think this has been going for like 20 odd minutes anyway. I at least want to see this cottage built before I go. Oh, I can build the granary now too. You get these, I've turned them off, but you get this you have these 3 advisors. And you kind of anyone who's played SimCity knows that you get advisors and they tell you there's a agriculture one, a city one, and then a military one. And they just sort of give you advice and stuff based on how everything's going. But when you're playing this in peaceful mode, they're sort of redundant after about 5 minutes because it pretty much, obviously the military one's useless, and the other 2 pretty much just shout at you if you haven't got enough food or if people are unhappy because they haven't got a library or whatever. And you kind of pretty quickly figure out the 3 or 4 things they always tell you off for. So you see this? This is one of my forester guys now just going about chopping some trees down of his own accord. So theoretically I can stop ordering people to do that every 2 minutes. Hey, there's my cottage. Oh, I can build a town square. People love town squares for some reason. You can like pay some money and they hold a parade. Or a fair or something. and it like attracts new people to your village. It's all very exciting. There's like some tents and stuff appear on the square. I really like how, to show the transition to winter, it just desaturates all the colours and there's just this like bit of snow everywhere. Like they haven't, like it's just a really smart way of just making it look gold, you know. Okay, so this little granary here has been built, and that means I can now store up to 250 food. So you see how like that's gone up to 69 now. So previously that was just hitting 50 and then stopping, and the food was just going to waste every winter. So once everyone's like pretty happy, and you've got 10 wood and 50 stone together, you can build the treasure room. Then you can start taxing people. And when you start taxing people, you start getting gold, and that allows you to build like all the sort of interesting stuff over this side. Oh yeah, thunderstorms, that's a thing. So, I know I said before the rain isn't usually much of a problem, however, when there's a thunderstorm, the thunder can strike either trees or your buildings like that, and it can set them on fire, which is obviously kind of a problem. Speaking of which, I'm going to build another well. Again, you can see, like it shows you the area that the well covers, which basically, oh shit. So that field's on fire now. So in order to put that fire out, like your villagers have to run to the nearest well, and then grab the water and then take it to the fire. But obviously the further away the well is, the longer that takes, the worse the fire gets. So you have to make sure that you've got like as much of your village covered by these blue areas as possible. Okay, so thankfully, that's just that one field, which apparently has an incredibly low fire risk. But yeah, like often it can spread between different things. Should probably reopen that, given that I've got 17 people sitting around doing nothing. Okay, I think that's probably enough. I hope you've enjoyed this. The idea is I'm going to do more stuff like this where I'm basically just going through my Steam library and just finding just nice chilled games to play and whisper over them. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this.